If it's not 10 hours here.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the premiere yesterday?
It was incredible.
Fun to see you on the big screen.
Yeah, it was the more incredible was for me was the rehearsal.
The rehearsal. Like you did it like last night?
Yes, during the night.
To check the sound and.
Yes, and the theater it's very big. It's so big and vide. You say full and
empty.
Empty. And the voice of Godard, of Jean-Luc, coming inside, like he was entering all the space, like habité, I don't know, living in.
Inhabited.
The space in this, and then I make.
Good.
I always make like this because I want to know how is it upstairs on the Paradis. This is the Paradis upstairs.
Yeah.
And it was really magic. This empty theater with the voice going there. It was really, and Anne-Marie also, the sound of Anne-Marie. For the voice of Anne-Marie. So it was really for me a moment that I will keep it for me ever the rehearsal by night. And then with the public I was like this. I don't know. It was for me more not exciting. It was more. There was more intentions than for a goodbye to language. Where with the 3D, I think it was more taking the people like this with the 3D. And this film, I was afraid that I don't know. It's more fragile. It's more, and Jean-Luc also is more fragile. It's more this. Goodbye to Angel, it's a play. Then it's not a play. This film, it's more in the truth. It's more, with the beginning, the first image, the meep, the sound there, the 1,000 hertz, and then black, and the finger, and then stop. Okay, so it makes something very like this, and I was like keeping my hair, my breath. It's not breathless, but it was something with breath also. At the end, at the end also, it's not, I don't know, but something like this. I don't. During 1 hour and 25 minutes, it was like this. And the silence. It was like a religieux. The people were people that go away because it's always. The kind of people going from one screening to the other, and people say Godard. I don't know why they come inside because, but the other were very quiet.
I think the more people there are in the theater, the more power the silence has. There was just so many people, and so when it was black and there was no sound, you feel a deeper silence.
Yes, I don't know, because I had this experience by night with the theater empty. I cannot compare. It was, but what is incredible, all the heads, the small heads, there, like this, and Godard, and Jean-Luc, Godard, yes, the voice of him going there. Well, it was because it was not easy because at the beginning was not very far away from here in time. Sorry for my English. Sorry, Shakespeare. Because Jean-Luc think because we make always with 4 or 6 hands. It's a 6-hand film. Was made for a very small place. It's like in orchestra, in music there is symphonic orchestra, philharmonic orchestra, and there is musique de chambre. We say in French.
Chamber music.
Chamber music. Okay, it's a film. It's a chamber film. Made for 15 people in a space where we place the loudspeaker where we want, with the quality of the loudspeaker making the sound. If we want some bass, we take a loudspeaker making these characters. Everyone will give his own specific character. The loudspeaker, the place where we put them. And the screen also, we build the film like this with the screen. It's like a flat screen, a TV screen. And in Rolle, where Jean-Luc live and work, it's there, it works. And Thierry Frémaux come to see the we can say the movie or the film, but we can also say the object, the cinematographic object, or the objet cinématographie, the dispositif. I don't know, dispositif, dispositif. Bref, and there it works incredibly. And just a step before, it's not in this place where the loudspeaker, we put the loudspeaker like this, was in the edit room of Jean-Luc upstairs on the first floor, where he edit with 2 DV cam on tapes, making play, rec, stop, play. It's make like this, and it's not an edit with computers. No computers. It's digital, but because it's digital audio tape, video tape, but it's like analog edit, and for the video, and you don't have the mixing that he had for the story of cinema. So it's just cut and 2 tracks of audio, left and right, or 1 and 2, and we just put the 1 on the left, the 2 on the right, and so it makes 3 things: 2 audio, 1 image. In the edit room, it's incredible, but it's just smallest. It's just a place like this, and behind you have the letter. The letter we say with every chapter is on a. It's a script, in fact. The script is a letter like this with the films, the books, the music for the first chapter, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the Arabic. So, okay, there the film exists. It was the same thing for Goodbye to Language. There the film was existing incredibly, with the smoke of a cigar, the stuff, and the books, and the notes of edit, and Goodbye to Language was in 2D there. We built the 3D after. I did it on computers, but there the film exists. And I said, how is it possible to make this outside? These feelings. And for Le Livre d'Images, it was even more complicated, because it's not that, okay, I put the 3D. 3D is a stuff of cinema, though it was not very complicated to have the same idea of 3D in my studio as here, because it's left, right, the eyes, the glasses is quite the same. Here it was more things about la taille, the small and big. Let's say the scale. It was made in a small scale, and it must be living in this very big theater. And Thierry Frémaux come in 1 month and a half to see the film, and he said, I want to take it in Cannes, and we say no, because it's a small place, it's a chamber film, it's not a Grand Théâtre Lumière film. And we say no, and it's not yet ready for this. But we had some problem with the finance in Switzerland. I am the producer. We take because the producers original, but there is some problem to finish, and in the relationship with Jean-Luc. So he retakes the production, and as I work with him, he give it to me in charge to find the money to make it finishing, to make the post-production. And we had some difficulty to find the post-production, because even in Switzerland, we say, no, we don't understand the story, there is no story, no exploitation, not the private, but the. So I was very affected by this, Jean-Luc too, I think. And so the opportunity or the possibility to screen the film here in Cannes was like a way of, he says this in the press conference, a way of make the film existing, or he say publicity. I don't know if it's publicity. It's okay, a way of existing, because I had the feeling, I don't know him, but I think maybe a little the same thing too, that was like, forget, disappear, go to the said, no, we need to exist. You need to exist a little. So Thierry Frémaux takes the film and put it in competition. We didn't know In which part? I learned it, thought maybe it was Grand Théâtre Lumière. We say that it must be with the loudspeaker, with the 7.1, that we want to use it not in a way of... there was a possibility of putting the loudspeakers that we wanted. But it's okay in a small room. I can buy some GBL or Swiss kind of Sonosax loudspeaker like that. But in Grand Théâtre Lumière, no. I should. I was thinking already to see maybe I can maybe ask to GBL to prepare some loudspeaker, but I don't know. Studio monitoring for Grand Théâtre Lumière. I think it could be possible, but it's a competition. I don't know. And Jean-Luc said, no. We use the techniques of the cinema. If there is 7.1, okay, we use the 7.1. We just we use the existing system and we do it like we want, but with the existing system. We don't put another system. Okay, so it's 7.1 and video projector. But it was 3-4 weeks ago, and Thierry Frémaux said, okay, competition, in the press conference, the 12th April. Okay, now I have the work to. When I produce the film, but I'm producing with my hand. In fact, I'm not just thinking with the hand. It's my condition of yet human being. It's also making, trying to. And yes, it was a job to bring from there. So I was yesterday, because it's not like Goodbye to Language where we know, okay, it's 3D. We are in the world of 3D. It's like I had to make like a loop, an agrandissement of the thing. So, I don't know. We did this thing. People say me that it was not. It was quite interesting. So during the public presentation, I was to be really in the scene. But during the rehearsal, really, I say, it's interesting. I want to mix again, or to, if I could, maybe some a little more there, then a little more there. Maybe we can do this. The pleasure. Majority is the pleasure, like I had on the boat for Film Socialisme, to the first tour on Film Socialisme, the Costa Concordia. I had the pleasure to have my photo and to make cinema in this. Commercial mall, on the floating mall with all the there, and me just trying to make cinema, or jumping in my imagination of cinema, I don't know, of images. I had the same pleasure doing this rehearsal night. Really, I was really, like I could not dream after it was in the middle of the night. Well, I don't dream this night. Then I was yesterday I was like this, but yeah. So. I don't know, it's important to live. This Friday 11, it was for me a moment very important. Not for the public, not for the Cannes, but in my intimity. Making some resonance with my relationship with Jean-Luc. And this press conference. Something, okay. No, I don't know. It's a special moment, very. I speak a lot, no?
That's good. It's beautiful.
I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. You were recording.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, it's lovely.
Can I ask just
of course.
in relation to that? So you say you kind of want to revisit the film in some way and continue the project, and there's just been, I believe, an announcement that you guys plan to do an installation or
Yeah, there is two things. One is the debut. We say the debut for the theater, no? Normally it's the beginning of the okay. We want to present the film not in theater, not in cinema, but in theater, and we'll begin in Lausanne in a small theater for 1 month, and we rebuild a cinema space in a theater space. un lieu de cinéma dans un lieu de théâtre. Where we will put our loudspeaker where we want, and I can steal again and then maybe work something. And for I don't know, for 15, 20 people, and we make, I don't know, 3 times a day, and it's going dans la saison théâtrale in the I don't know season theatrical season with the public of the theater, the public of the dance, contemporary dance, the public of who know to see, to receive things differently. And in the same time we will screen at the Cinémathèque Suisse the 4 last film, 2 in 35, Film Socialisme in digital, and Goodbye to Language in digital and 3D, and then this one, like watching back the past like this, with the two in 35, screening in 35, and so this is a way of, it's not an installation, it's the objet cinématographique. And there is another project that we are building, and we have to find the money, the finance, to work with museum, like the first is Beaubourg in Paris. There is in Singapore, National Gallery, in Madrid, Reina Sofia, and we hope another museum in New York, where they already want work with Godard, but no. Okay, we are building this finance complicated. Where the film is there, it's an exposition of the film. Where there is, the film is it's separated from the image on a space, and the sound on another space, and in the middle the meeting of the boss. So it's the edit moment, and yes, it's just the image without sound on 200 meters carré, 200 mètres carrés square. Yeah? Same for the sound, and in the middle the meeting, so the cinema, the production. Image et parole. So this is the exposition. It's not really an installation, it's an exposition. It's a little like Henri Langlois' dream of his musée du cinéma, where it was like se promener à l'intérieur d'un film en mouvement. And we want to do this, se promener à l'intérieur du film, dans l'image et dans le son. To se promener in English would be, you know, in the forest.
Promenade, yes. So a walk or a
A
stroll
walk
or
like
something.
in the forest, you know, when you, okay, it's a promeneur. The spectator will be the promeneur, and he is the time, and the space is the space. This is the project, but we search finance where it's always, we don't think Godard, it's easy like this. No, people say, I don't know. The institution is very complicated.
And it sounds to me the way you're talking about this film is that you see it as an object that's alive. Its form can change, its place can change. It can be on as you said, a TV monitor at home, a huge cinema, or gallery, or theater, or maybe even online. I could see in a way you're squinting, but here's what I'm thinking.
It's not to be unique.
Yeah, I see.
Online is not unique, or maybe it could be unique because everyone watch on this way. But I prefer saying no copy. But even there is always copy. The copy is does not anymore exist because a copy in 35mm, it's a copy. It's a negative, it's a positive, so it's not the same thing.
There's no original.
But now, it's just original. It's only original. So there is no original if there is only original. So it's like we are lost. So the idea. I don't know if it's an idea. It's my feeling. All what I say is just my subjective. I cannot speak for Godard, for Jean-Luc, and I'm not objective at all. I'm just subjective. I cannot be objective. I don't know how people can be objective. No, I'm just subjective. I see the world like this. You, the camera, see it on the other way. It's not the same thing. I don't know what I was saying, but no. I think for me the feeling is everything will be different. If we can, each spectator, each human can see another way of will be will be a good thing. Will be the way. Online, I don't think.
The only reason I think that, or I felt that way, was the intimacy of the film. I found it a very intimate movie. The address was very personal to me as an audience member. And also maybe it was just the impulse that I saw from the trailer and from the credits, which were unusually detailed in terms of citation. I feel like often Godard is elliptical in citation sometimes, and this was very detailed, and it almost struck me as a gesture of encouragement or instruction for other viewers or other filmmakers to find these texts, find these paintings, find these movies, and pursue their own research or pursue their own.
Yeah, some way. We never think. Jean-Luc thinks. He never say me what he think, and I don't know. There was also the names in Goodbye to Language at the end, but it's just the name. It was not so detailed, right? But it's also a way of remerciement. You know, normally at the end of the credit there is the thanks. I think it's more a thanks than just a listing of just thank you to all this. And when we redo do the trailer. It's an idea, the trailer. It's all the film behind the whole of the letters of all the film, although it's all the film does it. No, it's something about the past. It's like, the Paul Klee. There is a Paul Klee painting, which was called Angelus Novus. It was the property of Walter Benjamin, and he read something about, for him, this painting of Paul Klee was like the angel of the progress, making his back to the future, watching the past with all the ruines du passé, all the past making and pushing with the wind of the future coming on him, but watching the past. So it's Hans Hirsch from the Biennale, the sadly disappeared director of Biennale, who wanted to provoke Jean-Luc to make something with this Angelus Novus painting. And I think it's really, there is some resonance with the film, with this part. The title at the end, it's maybe, I don't know, for me, maybe it's something like this. For me, it feels like this a little.
Do you mind telling me how you first met Jean-Luc and how that relationship started?
It starts every day another way. Really, today he speak. I don't know. The way that the thing that today he says that I produce the film. Yet I found the money to finish, so we get it. So it's okay. And with Mitra Farahani, we never have to forget. Mitra Farahani with Écran Noir Production is my co-producer. She co-produced my own film, and together, and we co-produce also her film. It's very important, and she will help a lot for. And she is also in the process of the exposition. So, no, my relationship began in 2001 or 2002 for Notre Musique. It's a long. I cannot speak about 18 years. It will take 18 years, maybe. No, I don't know. It's go like Le Promeneur. Every step we meet him more. We meet each other more. It's not any from years professional question. From the beginning, it was not. Before, I was afraid. You say, "Oh, you will work with Godard." Ooh, I had a meeting with Godard. Ooh, I say, "Well, okay, I see 1, 2, or 3 films of Godard, but not at all." And I was not in love of I'm not a fetish of Jean-Luc of Godard at all. I'm most more Antonioni or Asiatic film with less words. And though when I meet Jean-Luc, I was afraid. So I say, "Ooh, I have to see a lot of film of Godard because he will ask me a lot of things." Because everyone say me, "Oh, but Godard is very, il est difficile, il est dur, it's very." And so I begin to see, his last film at the moment was Éloge de l'amour, Forever Mozart. I see Éloge de l'amour. I was sleeping always. I don't understand. I have to understand. I don't understand. Give me the key. Where is the girl? And say, well, okay, I don't understand. He will cut me. He will die. But okay, I leave. It's finished. Okay, I have to go. I go. So I was like this going on a Sunday morning at his atelier. And when I meet him, it was bonjour, bonjour. Ah, bon ben voilà, on a besoin de ça. Je dis bon ben très bien, ouais très bien, voilà. He asked me to do something for researching some location, and then I say okay. And then for the researching of the location, I say okay, but maybe I can make some images like this. We say okay. And after weeks, he thought, okay, it's like this. Thank you. Small and small, and we still say you, vous. In English, there is no formal. This is the same formal as in l'éducation sentimentale in Flaubert. I say this already once, but it's like Frédéric Moreau et Madame Arnaud. We say vous, but with une affection immense. Really, it's like I don't know. It's a relation. Yes, it's a relationship. Very. So when I hear him in the sound that we put on the big Grand Théâtre Lumière, alone in the night, empty. It's very it's a relationship. Though he asked me first, it was for the production, for the location, and then I said, well, but maybe I can use a camera like this. I'm not afraid of the techniques. It's a play for me. Though he said, okay, but maybe try to use this camera. This is for film socialist. I made some tests. I see this camera is blah. Digital is not interesting at all. So I push the camera on the bad side, and then it comes to be interesting. The defect. Okay. And then it's already another interview. And then sound, and then 3D, and now it's maybe not. There is not a lot of stuff, techniques in the film. Just the sound and the color and the vibration of the colors, maybe, and the space that we play with. But yeah, slowly we go forward. Ça va?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you have a lot to.
Yeah, I think so too.
You have to edit.
We'll probably just let you talk. It's very enjoyable. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're
It's,
welcome. You're welcome.
Very nice to spend time with you.
Yeah.
So happy.